published 0729 est, the 2nd of December 2017, updated 0735 est, the 2nd of December 2017. Cricket looks lovely under the lights. Something about those whites, that pink, about the way Steve Smith's butt lit up like a firefly as the zinc bails went flashing through the air as his wicket fell. All very dramatic. Perfect for the television cameras and the audience at home. For those at the Adelaide Oval, however, not so much. If we judge the success of an event by bums on seats, then the verdict is out on day-night test matches. Ashes test matches certainly do not need a gimmick, or an additional hard sell. They hold their own in the marketplace, as did this one, with the official attendance topping 55,000. Yet by the end, no more than a third of that figure remained. The tense final session, when dusk turns to dark and the bowlers traditionally do their worst, was witnessed by the sort of crowd that might more typically turn out for a Monday morning. Steve Smith's dismissal would have been perfect for the cameras and viewers at home, and this was Saturday, remember. Few would have to be up early for work, and there was no bigger show in town. Had this been a day-day test match, the final session would have been rocking, as it was on the Saturday in Brisbane, when trembling English batsmen finally succumbed to Australian pressure and pace. Here, the climax of another seesaw day, honours even, England hope, was marked by the buzz of conversation, as locals and tourists decided whether to take an early cut. There was row upon row of empty seats, particularly in the top tier, others occupied by pockets of 2 or 3. Hardy souls. The ECB and Cricket Australia are said to want more of this, but it is hard to see why. Even the novelty value appears to have worn off, after several experiments of this kind. But the top tiers of the stands at the Adelaide Oval empty during Saturday's action. Maybe the occasion will come alive when the hosts have ball in hand late and have it zipping around the throats of Englishmen, but the working week may interfere on days 2 through 5. This was it. This was day-night test cricket's big Ashes break, and it was less than dazzling. The weather didn't help. The limitations of the format in England was demonstrated by the Edgbaston Test against West Indies in the summer. England is not a balmy country at night, even in August. The crowd looked as cold as the tourists, who collapsed in 3 days and were probably just happy to get back in the warm. Adelaide on Saturday was not readily mistaken for Barbados, either. It blew, it rained, time was lost to nagging drizzle and occasional downpours, and adding it on at the end didn't really help. Nights do not get warmer, and the steadily dropping temperature may have sorted those who really love their cricket from those just along for the ride. Dropping temperatures will discourage those who are just at the arena for the ride. James Anderson bowled too short during the opening spell of day 1 of the second test. Does the sport, and this event in particular, really need this? Did the night bring anything more than a random factor as we waited to see what England's bowlers would get from the colder air and the pink ball? Not a lot, as it turned out. The final session of day-night matches here had traditionally averaged a 4-wicket haul. England took one, although it was a big one, in Australian captain Smith, and that was disappointing. Indeed, much of the day seemed like more opportunities missed, whether this was James Anderson and Stuart Broad bowling too short in their opening spell, Mark Stoneman shelling a catch from Usman Khawaja, or the periods when England again drifted, allowing Peter Handscomb to amass a scruffy 36 not out overnight. Australia 2094 at stumps. The crowd, such as it was by the end, dispersed quickly to the pubs and bars and restaurants that would more usually be their destination at 10 p.m. on Saturday night. One couldn't help thinking that this was the natural order. At that time, most people have better things to do than watch cricket, and judging by the exodus from the Oval, even those who actually watch cricket would agree. Broad was another who failed to take advantage of his opportunities on Saturday. That late at night, most people have better things to do than watch cricket, as could be seen